Hello and welcome, everybody. It's been a while since my last stream, hasn't it? Yep. Little busy, a little stupid, like staying up all night doing basically nothing interesting and burning myself out for the day after that and that sort of nonsense. So, that's smart and all, but yeah, it's been almost a week since my last stream. Anyway, we are catching up to where we are on the YouTube vids for the free trial playthrough, so I better go ahead and get another stream in this week, shouldn't I? Of some more MSQ. I went and did some things off stream. First and foremost, I crafted myself a new set of crafter gear. This is the first set of Heavensward crafter gear that I've managed to get. It's not a full thing because it turns out like 4 of my pieces are still technically best in slot for where I am, or at least the resources that I have access to. So I got a whole new left side, and I got a new earring. These 4 are still technically like the best I can get right now. And the tools I didn't bother to upgrade. There are technically upgrades I could do to the tools, but I've already gained stats just with the 6 pieces that I made. And I'm already pretty much on par with where I need to be to sort of keep going in Heavensward, that I didn't feel like making 16 tools to each give a slight bonus to one job. I hate the tool crafting. Like, I hate the tool crafting. I'll do it, and I'm sure I'll do it plenty more times. But, like, tool crafting is by far the last thing I ever want to do when I'm upgrading my crafters, is making primary and secondary tools. Because you have to have... In order to gain the same bonus you would gain with crafting any 2 pieces of left or right side gear, clothes or accessories, you would have to craft 16 items because each one is only for a single job. Right, I would much rather craft left and right side stuff, accessories and clothes, because it works for all of my crafters. And if I desperately need a couple more points, then I'll go ahead and craft tools too. I don't really need the points right now. With the clothing and the earring and like all melded up, it's not all pentamelded, but it's pretty much got all of the craftsmanship that every piece can possibly hold, like their full potential, plus a bit of the control, and then I think I'm saving the last bits for like CP if I need it, but I should be good for now. I will probably end up upgrading the gear before I need to upgrade the materia again. And it already has like better stats than the stuff that I had before, now that it's been melded up. At base it really didn't, but it has more melding potential than the stuff I had before. So I'm there. I'm on track to, like, as I unlock new zones, continue upgrading my gear with new materials that I can get access to. Second, oh, that's interesting. Did I not? I did not. Okay, then. There we go. I finally am legally, quote unquote, allowed to use my red mage. Why? Because I made myself a weapon. I finally crafted myself a weapon. This is possibly the dumbest thing I have ever done in the course of the free trial playthrough. This may be the stupidest thing that my weird challenge rule set has ever done to me. When I first got Red Mage, I technically couldn't play it. I played it for a while before I realized this, but I didn't do anything important with it. Technically, I couldn't play it because they gave me a weapon. I assumed I could use that weapon because I'm like, well, there's no other 50 weapons. And so, like I said, I played it for a while before I realized there are the EX weapons. I could have done those in ARR, but that would have required me to get into extremes right away and after the normal raids and all that other nonsense. I really just wanted to move on to Heavensward. But that also gave me access to Heavensward materials so I could finally craft this. For anyone who doesn't know, this weapon that I have equipped right now is a weapon that I personally crafted. It also happens to be the exact same weapon that Jarun Tia gives you when you pick up the Red Mage job. He even gives you a high quality version of it. This is possibly the dumbest thing my rule set has ever caused me to do in this entire playthrough, and that is I had to wait to get into Heavensward to get Heavensward crafting materials to craft the same weapon that the job giver gave me when I picked up the job so that I could technically, within my rule set, play the job by desynthing the one he gave me and equipping the one I crafted, which is the exact same stats and everything. Like, possibly the dumbest thing I've had to do for the entire playthrough. That being said, I did craft this. It's all mine, so now technically I can use Red Mage in whatever I want, whenever I want, which for the most part, for a very long period of time, I suspect, will just be me off-stream using it to farm Palace of the Dead. Because that's primarily what I wanted it for. But yes, like, possibly the dumbest thing I've ever had to do. And then lastly is my new duds, none of which I had to craft. This is a basic bandana headpiece. I think I pulled that out of a dungeon somewhere. It's the, what is that? The Royal Vest. That's Crystal Tower. And then the rest of these pieces are the Bahamut stuff, the Dreadworm stuff on the hands, pants, and not the boots. The boots are something else. Boots are casual boots. I think I crafted those. Where else would I have gotten them? Can't think. I think I crafted them. Anyway, I think I intend to craft something for myself off stream to sort of fit into the Heavensward thing a little more by next week. That being said, I think I may be going to warmer climates by the time I do the next bit of MSQ. So maybe it wouldn't fit anymore. Anyway, I wanted something that sort of worked in Heavensward a little better. My last set of gear did. My last set of gear did totally work for Heavensward. As I think Baron was the one who put it previously, I kind of looked like a orange dyed, like, but wearing sort of the same thing that basically like the priests in Heavensward would wear with my previous set of gear. So it did kind of work, but not perfectly. But more importantly, I'd been wearing that for a very long time. I had been wearing that gear and actually wearing it too. Like that was my actual Arachne robe dyed. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like glammed gear, it was the gear I was wearing. But I'd been wearing that set with that dye and all that stuff for so long because it took me so long to get through the Bahamut raids that I just sort of wanted a new set of duds and something that would work in Heavensward. So I went with something sort of bushy, lots of cloth and leather, and, you know, really covers me up for the cold weather, and a nice bandana to sort of keep my head from getting too cold, I suppose. That being said, I think I'm moving on to warmer climes pretty soon. I may be going back to the Sea of Clouds or more Kurthus West. No, actually, no. Today I think I'm primarily doing a lot of Kurthus West stuff because I have to do a lot of the Assail stuff, I believe. I believe, if I remember the MS Cube correctly, today is the fight with the Heavensward, and then on to Kurthus West for a lot of the stuff with his sail, and then into the Dravonian Forlands. Forlands? Yeah. into the Dravanian Forlands. Beyond that, I don't know how far we're going to get, but I think I'll be going through the fight with the Heaven's Ward and Kurthus West today, and then maybe move into Dravanian Forlands. So yeah, after that, I'm going to mostly be in warmer climates. We'll see. Anyway, let me go ahead and grab some music, shall I? How's this? Not very loud. Let me turn that up a bit on my end. I could turn that up a bit on your guys' end too, I suppose. Keep it around here. We'll keep this down about 35 or so. Lower it by about 10 decibels. There we go. That should do it, I think. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet or anything like that. Let me know. That's my another supposedly DMCA free playlist. That being said, I'm not sure I believe them when they claim this one is DMCA free as much as I did the other ones, because this is a lot of like video game music. And a lot of them probably don't care, but like there's some AAA stuff in here too, and I'm not so sure that would be as DMCA free as you like to think it is. That being said, once again, I'm not letting it go into the VOD because it's playing on a different track anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's DMCA free or not. It won't go into it. I will be able to find out though. That's the kind of beautiful part of how I do this now is the leftover VOD on YouTube will have whatever problems it has because the music is playing while I'm streaming. But that VOD is normally unlisted anyway. I unlist those VODs as soon as I finish my stream. So I should be able to see in that one if it ends up getting claimed and be like, yep, see, I knew it wasn't. But the actual VOD that goes into my VOD channel on YouTube is the exported one from Twitch. So that one does not have whatever DMCA, whatever type music I might have been playing in it. This is also not Skip. I love Stardew Valley, but no, it's not really fitting for what we're doing today. Alright. That should be everything. Yeah. Let's... There we go. Let me grab this and then move back into this. There we go. Now we are ready to move on. The steward. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's move further into the MSQ. Hey, Zai, welcome in. Further into the MSQ. We're going to go pick a fight with the Heaven's Ward and move back into Kurthus West, and then I think onto the Dravanian Forlands today. I suspect. I don't know how much further than that we'll get. But moving into the Dravanian Forlands, I definitely want to get that far because that will open up a whole new zone full of crafting materials for me. Which, I don't know if that'll be enough to move on, but still. And, like, craft more stuff, but it'd be nice if it is. Also get the Black Chocobo, the Ether Compass, so I can start picking up the Ether Currents in Kurthus West. But first, time to go pick a fight with a bunch of dumbasses. Lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Arturel and Lord of Manolin. Okay, sure. Hey, Dad.
The hero returns.
How's it going?
I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanolane's life.
He
told me everything.
Yup. Always saving his life.
I've also received letters from both House Samael and Durandare. praising your conduct and that of House Forton.
Oh, yeah,
Your
sure.
is much honor, my friend.
Uh-huh. I mean, I totally didn't just let Isael walk away. I definitely just didn't find her.
My lord.
The Archbishop's dickbags are picking fights.
Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings.
Ugh.
Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
No.
What?
We just can't stay out of it, can we?
They were
like, we show up at a whole new nation, just barely any rights whatsoever, and immediately start screwing everything up. Uh-huh.
Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements.
Sure it is.
Prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grino, my lord.
Oh, of course, the dumbass bull with not a friggin' brain cell in his head.
Sir Grino is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamayo.
Cool.
How quickly we forget the petty nature of men.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Cool. Great. So I have to be inconvenienced because your country sucks. Good to know. Look. I and my friends have to have our lives threatened because your country is fucking stupid? Good. Good to know. Many there are those who will never be swayed. Yeah. Sent your successes, even as we celebrate them. One such member of House of Miles manipulating Sir Grino. Yep. Like, he's so stupid. He's not interested in politics, but he is dumb. So one of his siblings or something is probably bringing this up. Hey, Glazix.
Are you sure about that?
Go back to Sir Emmerich. Now, what's really probably happening is the Archbishop's dude's just picking a fight with us. I mean, I don't know that this specifically ever gets answered. I don't know that they specifically ever answer this one. Man, he's cute. If it was like a family member of theirs that's just bringing up some nonsense, or if it's like the Heavens Ward just wanting to like destroy us. There we go. Redeem sound really low or muted. Could not hear it. Oh, really? Let me double check that. Let me double check really quick.
Are you sure about that?
No, it's coming through on my end. It doesn't seem super low. It's definitely coming through the stream input on my end, though. Do I have these now? Yes, I have Mark 1s and 2s, but not elites. Okay. I can't get elites yet. Talking at the same time, so I didn't hear the one I sent. Oh, okay. I can't get the elites yet, because you have to have Idleshire. So many potatoes out today. You have to have Idleshire unlocked before you can get the elites. What is that? Oh, a gatekeep. Potatoes on the table. Talk to me at eye level, giraffe man. the visit came under happier circumstances. Come to believe Professor Oppenheimer is just... yeah, I shouldn't have had to. Any number of the friends I've made in Ishgard should have stopped this shit before it happened. False illusion that Lalafell have smaller hitboxes. I mean, no, considering that technically the hitbox for every single character's player character in the game is a dot. Like, height doesn't matter at all, and the hitbox for every single player, no matter what their model looks like, is literally a dot right at the center. That's why you're able to, like, totally stand in the AoEs for the most part, as long as your, like, perfect center of mass or whatever isn't in the AoEs, you don't get hit. There's a report on the Venom Primal, no, not, which is more ludicrous. These charges are what that flying feathered whale. Bruno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he's a knight of the Heavens Ward. Players forgot that Lalafell had the disadvantage to have the offset the camera vertically. Uh-huh. Hi, newbie. Welcome in. Personal guard of the Archbishop. The 12 fighters, the 12 most brainwashed war criminal, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard. To serve his eminence alone. Say the testimony is unimpeachable, even if they're stupid enough to be manipulated by a petty, petulant member of their own family. All the signs have done, routing the heretics, defeating Shiva for the steps of faith, dividing the horde. After proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there not we can do? Hey, I'm here. Newbie. I do love Orshavat. Just like, oh, please, it's so obvious that it's a lie. Can't we just stop this already? One path left, trial by combat. Yeah, no one would have ever expected someone to be crazy enough to demand trial by combat against the Heavens Ward. Like, who would ever do that? Me, because I'm a crazy little potato. With tons and tons of plot armor. Just claim is judged true regardless of petitioner's standing. It's also idiotic to me that a place that's supposedly as civilized as Ishgard still has a law for trial by combat. It's like, it's a good MacGuffin to solve the problem that we're... Oh, no, I guess that's more of a Deus Ex Machina than a MacGuffin. Either way, to solve the problem we're dealing with here, but that a place this quote-unquote civilized has trial by combat as an option is insane to me. Where you're like, oh yeah, you can commit any crime you want as long as you can kill whoever accuses you of the crime in an arena. Like, what? Alphinaud's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, and he will have no choice. Tara, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft. Should be afforded the right to name a champion. Ready and willing to serve in this capacity. No, thank you. I'll handle it. Better the warrior of light. Visit Master Alphinaud at once and inform him of our intentions. Look into my eyes, Giraffe Man. It's like, you will address this potato at eye level, even if I have to stand on your tables to do it. Alright, let's go pick a fight with the fascists. Look. We've been in this new nation in which we have no rights and no name for ourselves for all of 5 minutes. Let's go pick a fight with the fascist dictators. That took all of no time at all. Ara? Oh, that's Dark Knight. Ooh. Ooh, this one's nice. What is this? Manor Lords. Okay, never played that game. This is nice. Trial begins. Petitioner will be asked to restate the charges. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. So basically, they're just going to have to talk and talk and talk and be boring. Sure. Or his right to name a champion. That is when you make your entrance. Can't wait to see the look on Sagrino's face when he sees his true opponent. You're going to lose heart. Look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could have ever contrived to doubt yourself. Jesus, Orshafon. Orshafon's the best. I'll be cheering so loudly you'll think yourself an idiot for even doubting yourself. A bunch of morons.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward.
Yes, I mean, if you're gonna pick a fight with my friends, you're gonna pick a fight with me, you idiots, and I'm not nearly as weak as you may think.
Sir Grino, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
Tiny potato. Not woman. Potato.
I, Sir Grino de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
By the by, if people in your own town could be heretics, then how good are you at your job, actually? Like, I know they treat the lowborn like fucking dirt in this city, I get that, but if you can ever claim they were consorting with heretics inside the walls of your own town, that's your job to prevent, idiot. So you're obviously not very good at it.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grino's claim and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
It proves nothing, other than the fact that I have a really tough coloring book.
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge.
Tiny little potato.
But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
The fucking potato of light, that's who. The spud of light gonna beat some ass today.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Let's see if I can find something nice and, like, battle-y. How's about this one? Oh, yeah. Yep, that'll work. That'll work nice.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Oh yeah, this works nice. Come on, bring it, boys. Let's see what you got, you stupid giraffes. Oh yeah, this stupid part. Yeah, this stupid part, Baron. Also, we're back to Ruin 1, which means that my AoE is officially a gain on 1. Like, my AoE is a gain on 1, so we're back to this stupidity. Like, it doesn't even matter that he did that. I'm AoEing anyway, so I'm going to be hitting the chains anyway, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, it really doesn't matter. I can AoE 2 of you, or I can AoE the 2 of you and the chains. Either one works. Oh wait, I forgot to summon my fairy. Baron. I realized my health was low, and then I'm like, wait, why is my health low? Oh, I didn't bother to summon the unique freaking ability of my class at all. Okay, that's why. Not that it matters. Basically finished the whole fight without even using the fairy till the very end. Because Alphino healed me anyway. Like, I don't need no stinking fairy. In fact, I'm more likely to just eat her. And use her for the fight that way. We won! Woohoo! Here he has spoken. Acquitted of all charges. Uh-huh. For wisdom is he justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners accused go forth in peace. Yeah, sure. Yes, we, Tataru. Uh-huh, sure. We won. Alright, now we can move on to something new. Oh, Valheim. Haven't really seen any of the music from this one before. Alright. Untimely demise yet again. This seems to be a habit of yours. Should I even bother to keep this one? I suppose I could. I don't know. Like, genuinely, if I keep it on this fourth chat log channel that has nothing in it, I don't have to bother, like, putting something over the chat log when I do my video edits, but then I don't know if anyone's trying to talk to me or anything. A splendid victory. Strove in the face of adversity. I basically just Art of Warred them into oblivion for about 20 seconds. Souls bound together with a peace and bond of camaraderie. It is time to receive. Yes, Barrett, it's time to receive that. Worship funds, big. Time to receive worship funds, big black cock. Oh, God. Yeah. Time for worship funds, big black cock. You summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. That's one big black cock, baby. Strong yet sleek. Elegant yet eager. Let's see. Take it for your steed. I know even this is impeccable. Fantastic. Chocobos are prohibited. The Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Melodic Inquisitory, blah, 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 blah. Your steed must remain outside. he just brought a chocobo in here. Check it out. It's cool, ain't it? They're like, horse your butt. Ether currents now accessible. Your big black cock is unacceptable in religious setting. Oh my god. You will have the ability to fly when writing this out. Flight! Oh my god, it's amazing! Wait, no, never mind. All of them fly now. Ether compass time. Added an item of interest to your collection. No? Yes? No? Where the hell is the collection? There's the collection. Ether compass. Slot that in there so that I could... I already had an item of interest in my collection, the Mogpendium. But, okay, game, sure. I could go do a Scholar Quest too, but I really kind of want to hold off until I can do all of them. I need to figure out what zones the 50 to 60 Scholar Quests go through. Because if I figure that out, then as soon as I have all those zones unlocked, I can spend a day sort of going through the whole quest line and not have to wait until I'm done with 3.0. Disclosure. Chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward of your effort is the exoneration of your... That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter in the slightest. It was all a setup anyway. Who cares if we're exonerated? The people that we're exonerated in the eyes of are the people that set us up to begin with. I don't really care what they think of me. Completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. Return to Fort Top Manor. Ken has done so already and will doubtless be eager to discuss the days of blah blah blah. Sure. Let's unlock my black cock. Just whip it out right here. Oh, this is stupid. Go ahead and add it to the list. Scholar quests entirely take place in ARR zones. I don't know that they do. They might. It's possible, I suppose. But I thought almost always they went into the new zones of the area to some degree. No, last vigil. I'll double check. I'll actually look at the list of scholar quests from 50 to 60 and like read through them just to see where they go. Although really, primarily right now, I don't care about whatever little skills I could be unlocking from the Scholar Quest as much as I care about unlocking new zones to unlock new crafting materials. New crafting materials are more important to me than new skills right now. So I think I may wait until one goes into West Kurthis. See, that's what I mean. I think I may wait till I get to about Churning Mists, maybe, before I spend one stream just going through the scholar quests. Even if they don't go to Churning Mist, that's fine, but that unlocks almost all of the zones in Heaven's Word for me. The one thing I won't have access to at that point will be the hinterlands, and it takes you so long to unlock the hinterlands that like putting things on hold till I get to the hinterlands seems like a waste of time. Training complete. Don't care. They can sit and wait for me. Lune smiles on us yet again. Scholar only goes to Western Kurthus. Alright. Victory in setting your comrades free. Did fear for your safety. You just not to say I doubted your prowess. Merely knew the strength of your opponents. I don't care. I'm gonna kill every single one of those knights eventually. Do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Let's take 2 of Heaven's Ward while the city's elite looked on. Uh-huh. Anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. Yeah, but people that are politically motivated to hate me are just going to, like, assume their own reasoning behind it. Shit like, oh, the Heaven's Word threw the fight for political reasons, or they used trickery, or blah, blah, blah. Whatever they need to justify their own hatred of me. That's how people are. Message from the vault. Archbishop requests the president's... Great. What an honor to sit in front of this raggedy old bastard. Look, can I just say no and leave the town, please? I'd rather not. I already know this guy sucks. Can I just ignore him, please? Only a quest that requires a machinist interrupt. You'd avoid a lot of the issues from Heaven's Word if you just shut the Pope. Yeah. Machinist interrupted this cutscene and literally it just starts playing the credits for Heaven's Word. Hit the machinist interrupt and the credits for Heaven's Word just start playing right there. But you end up losing that character and can never log in as them again because they get thrown in the Ishgard prisons. Like, you're done with Heaven's Word, but you can't play this character ever again. Where's my bandana? Wonder if they take your hat off all the time in this cutscene, or if I accidentally did that. I don't think I did.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
Spud of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also
specifically,
been
which steals your hat.
Praise.
They wanted to get you used to playing as bunnies and Rothgars, so they just took your hats away from you in half the cutscenes here. It's like, get used to this look, because, you know, it's if you ever decide to change to a bunny or a Rothgar, you're going to have to be used to it.
I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies.
So you could see your walls heartbreaking in real time.
You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate. But, as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me.
Yeah, sure.
But I digress.
Don't worry, you seem sprightly enough when you're committing war crimes.
Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy. and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yeah. Look, our plot failed. Quick, just pretend like you were stupid and fell for someone else's games or whatever to keep the Spud in control.
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information.
Sure.
Sir
We of the
Grinnell has
Heavens
never been
Ward just
headstrong.
made shit. I
You
mean,
pressed
received
charges
bad
before the truth had been
information.
ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
Sure.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred.
Oh my god, Baron, I just trying to read that sentence, I think, gave me an aneurysm. Oh my god. Like, yes, I get it, Baron, and it makes perfect sense. That's all true, but like just trying to read through that sentence, I think, gave me an aneurysm.
For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I.
And it is
That
wrong,
much is
though.
certain.
Exactly. It's all true, but it hurt to read.
That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence, I... As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
I live to bring you pain. Jesus.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now, tell me, young man, what do you know of the Asians?
I'm
Much
curious.
and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests.
Easy to just, like... Yes, I'll pretend like I'm telling you everything so you don't bother asking any deeper questions. I'm curious by the fact that he goes, tell me, young man, I wonder if you make your character with, like, the grayest, raggediest old hair and he looks like he's, like, 90 years old, does he still go, tell me, young man? Like, if you make your character an elf and then you make him look even older than the bishop, if that's even physically possible to do in the character creator, does he still say, tell me, young man? Yes, he does. Yeah. Great.
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet.
This seems really intent on giving me friggin' Stardew Valley songs, which really just, they're beautiful and I love them, and Stardew Valley's a great game, even though those sorts of farming games with strict deadlines on time and all that really end up pissing me off in the long run. Still objectively a beautiful game, but its music just does not fit anything I'm trying to do today.
Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs. biding my time.
Sure.
Preparing for the inevitable conflict.
The funniest part of all this is he's not really lying. Like, the funniest part of this whole thing is he's not exactly lying to you. He really is just sort of like blowing smoke up the Asians' asses sort of thing, you know what I mean?
And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the warrior of light.
Problem is, he's also blowing it up our ass, too.
If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
Sure. Peace, that's what you're looking for. Like, any chance at working together, it goes out the window the second I finish the vault. Like, the second I finish the vault, any chance of ever working with the Pope or anyone under his command goes right out the window. It's like, y'all need to die is what you need. Can I please move on to a new zone and get new crafting materials already? Actually, that's going to be a while. I have to go and do a whole nother quest line in Kurthus West first with a sail. And snag the ether currents and do the ether current quest, which I believe includes Dusk Vigil. Dusk Vigil or Stone? No, Stone is the one that's in ARR. Yeah, this is Dusk. I believe you have to run Dusk Vigil for one of the ether current quests.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
To blow smoke up my ass. Can we move on now?
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
Yeah, it is. It's a full-on optional dungeon with no duty support, as far as I know. They have started adding more of the optional dungeons to duty support. They might have added Dusk Vigil recently, but I'm not sure about that. I have to go feed my cats now. Sad cats. Sad cats. See ya, Baron. Yeah, they started adding optional dungeons to duty support, but there's only a few of them so far. And I can't remember if Dusk Vigil is one of them or not.
By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Asians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
Sorry. Just can't stop laughing. Short of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve? Says the person who, alongside all of those supposed allies, never once stood in front of a primal with me. Scratch that. He did stand in front of Phoenix and Bahamut, I suppose. That being said, like, none of my allies had protection from tempering, and so none of them have ever faced a primal with me before. What can we realistically hope to achieve? The exact same thing I've been achieving for all the primals I've faced so far. Me and 7 other idiots with the Echo go in, and you guys stand around because you're just gonna get tempered if I take you anyway.
excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
Oh, yeah, we have to do this one first. Forgot about this little detour.
We will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshifon was wise to counsel restraint.
Yes, those assassins,
This business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Technically, he already held her assassin to account. He forced that assassin to face the charges head on. Sorry. Oh, he was such an asshole. I love it though. So stupid. Unbeliever. Oh, I need to build up my gil again. I don't need to rush that though. I'm probably going to have close to 5 or 6 more streams probably just to get through 3.0. Maybe even more than that. Who knows? So yeah, I'll have plenty of time to build up my gil. Flame General Affairs. Yeah, I forgot about this little detour. Veil has little to charge headlong into. Nope. Denied. Maybe I should grab Seribot. One of my friends was mentioning that lately. That, like, Seribot literally has one use, and that's to screw over those, like, stupid bots. The cheap viewers, best viewers, blah, blah, blah bots. I'm just always a little hesitant about, like, adding more bots to my Twitch chat. Anyway, headlong and old dog with our plan. We're reforming the plan. However, we must learn how things stand with the Sultanate. Okay. Ultras endeavors act as a meeting and trade negotiations as for top in a Limzintum consortium. Opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself. We have yet have a stout ally in Limsa. Okay, go meet with her. Go meet with her. Go meet with her. Yes, I know. Go meet with her. You said go meet with the Admiral like 5 times in that dialogue. Just shut up already. Oh no, that's the one that I play Triple Triad with. But not now. He still doesn't have triple... I wonder if I have to go all the way through 3.0 before he gets Triple Triad unlocked. I should also send my ferry away. Like, I keep forgetting to pull the ferry out, but I should, like, send it away between sections so it's not, like, getting caught in the freaking camera during, like, dialogues and stuff. Bye-bye. This way. Blue mage is over there. Not yet, though. What is next? What are next? Got my machinist. Oh yeah, I've been leveling the machinist up, too. Use my red mage now. Probably a melee will be next. Possibly. Probably. 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah. I'll probably take a melee next, and then I'll probably go for blue mage. Wait, this is Dark Souls stuff, okay. The Admiral has been expecting you. Good for her. Oh. Woof.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Is it just me, or does her voice sound off? Which is weird, because we're into Heavensward now. Do you just not speak to her a whole lot past this point with actual voice dialogue? I don't know why, but I guess maybe in my head she pretty much always sounds like she did in ARR, but she definitely sounds very different here.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Elfino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. I
mean, Lolorito doesn't care that much anyway.
There is something you should know.
He already got everything he wanted.
Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana.
Yeah, I already know.
There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo.
That'll work.
But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
God, her voice just sounds way off. Like, not just from the ARR. Obviously, her voice sounds different from ARR. I suspect, like everyone else, she has a new voice actress at this point. That being said, like, for some reason, the memory I have of her voice sounds much closer to her ARR one than this. So I'm wondering if this is, like, the new voice actor she got after ARR and remains the new voice actor she has forever, and you just, like, almost never get voiced cutscenes with her after this or something. Because, like, the voice that's in my head for her is much closer to the ARR one than it is to this. So I'm wondering if they just, like, never voice her dialogue after this, like, except once in a blue moon.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location.
Oh my. It's almost like they're using him as a bait in a trap.
Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Yeah, good job with that, by the way, Alphino. Really good work.
If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Yeah. Freaking Doma ninjas, man. They're cool. And they're much cooler ninjas than we ever are. I'm sorry I'm always ragging on the ninja storyline, but the Doma ninjas are so much cooler than us ever. They have pretty similar skills to what we get as ninjas, but they don't futz around with mudras as much as we do. They do sometimes. Like, Yugiri does technically use mudra. I don't know how often Yugiri actually uses the individual mudras, though. I know she uses stuff that's, like, similar to Doton and things like that. I don't know how many times she wastes, like, making the hand signs, or if she just, like, uses the final attacks most of the time, though. Troops in Old Dawn, dispel the alien, blah, 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 blah. So, yes, let's go in with a bunch of ninjas and we'll save them ourselves. In the meantime, we're futzing around with the fish out of water idiot on our ninja storyline, wasting our time with a bunch of boring crap, and then just going back to the rogues. It's just like the paladins. I mean, it's worse than the paladins, though, because most of the ninja stuff isn't really all that interesting to begin with. At least the paladin stuff was super interesting, and then they finished it, and then they had to tell another paladin story. Like, it was interesting, the paladin stuff. The ninja stuff was pretty fucking boring all the way through. So you got our Doman contact. Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Like, all of the fish out of water nonsense with Obero is just boring. And then the idea that he's an idiot and we have to deal with him being an idiot and this weird internal conflict with his clan that I don't care about. Like, it really amounts to, like, nothing of interest to me, the ninja storyline. Just to say there's no good characters or nothing interesting happens at all during it. It's just most of it sucks. At least before it just went back to being Gladiator again, the Paladin storyline was interesting. Yeah, they fucking dropped the ball in the bottom of the ninth and the Paladin storyline, but at least it was interesting. Let me still get out. I don't need your help right now. Oh man, there's a bunch of stuff down here. What are we doing? It's probably dungeons. It's probably all dungeons. I think that's Ultima's Ballad? Yeah, an ultimate that I can't do. I think that's for Uwu. So I can probably unlock it, but I can't do it. Not easy being green. That's Wanderer's Hard, I think. Keepsakes. That's probably Amdapor Keep Hard, maybe? So these must have unlocked when I got into Heaven's Ward, I think. A couple of the hards didn't actually happen until after they made Heaven's Ward. Wait. Can I? No, that's Ethereal Reduction, which is worthless to me. That's Specialists, which is somewhat interesting, but mostly worthless to me. None of those are collectibles. I need to figure out... I'm pretty sure it's her. I need to figure out for sure who gives you the collectible quest. But I'm pretty sure it's her. And, like, what the requirements for it are, because that might be what's holding me back. Some certain requirement of, like, story progression or character level or something like that. Nope. Hi, Higiri. My heart, you were safe, but see you again in the flesh. Yeah. Victory feast was taking place. Braves turned upon us. Took the rising stones by force. My compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Main and Revenant's told keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. Domans don't soon forget our debts. So we do all within our power to aid you. I love the idea that, like, all the Doman ninjas just slipped away from the Crystal Braves while they were taking the place, and now they're just, like, they're just, like, disguising themselves as random people in Revenant's Toll and just watching the Crystal Braves. Search of Rabon. Lose Lunacy, blah, blah, blah. Recently removed from his cell, yeah. You, Hase, and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. Escorted him to the seat of his execution. People shadowing the 3rd. Join the hunt. Seek out Duare at High Bridge. Really, it's just a lot of, like, teleporting around all over the place. It's just fine. It doesn't matter. It'll be nice to get Rabon back. I don't think we confront Lolorito right away. First, I think we rescue Rabon. Then we go back to Ishgard to continue on with the storyline with Isael and the Dravanian Forlands. And then later, I believe, we confront Lolorito. So, I really do think I'll probably end up, like, hitting the Dravanian Forlands and calling it today. That's where it feels like my stream will end up hitting about 3-ish hours. Is probably right around the time I get into the Forlands. Which will be fine, because that's really what I want, is to, like, walk into the Forlands in the story, so I can be like, yes, new crafting material zone. And, like, I think that'll be enough for today. But we'll see when I get there. Time is of the essence, so I'll be direct. His men are bound for Halatali. And they intend to carry out the execution. He's presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let's make haste to join him. Hozan. Duare has been around. We didn't spend too much time with him. I mean, realistically, we didn't spend a whole lot of time with many of the Domans. We spent some time with the kids. We spent a little bit of time with Hozan when it was with the kids. We spent a little bit of time with Duare and Higiri as well, but not a ton. Hey, Hozan. And also with Hozan... I'm back!
I'm back, bitches!
I'm back, bitches. Hey, Bear, welcome back. And also with Hozan's father, I believe. Was that Yuzan? Something like that. He had a similar name. I think it was like Yuzan or something like that. We spent some time with both of them. Moments ago, the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered all. Cool, let's kill them all! General Raubon is being held within. So this is the place where that hilarious freaking Japanese dialogue with Yu Hase. Yeah, Yu Hase takes place. Is in this section. If I wanted to change it to Japanese dialogue, which I'm not going to do. If you want to watch it, just go watch it because it's hilarious. Domo. Yeah. Tiny Potato with the deepest fucking voice you've ever heard. Keeping the flame alive. Also, this girl with the... There it is. Here, let me help Baron. Oh, man, Baron. Oh. Hello, Moonlight. Welcome in. This music, I'm picking up a leitmotif. So it probably wasn't this one. It'd probably be the previous one. The previous one was from Baldur's Gate 3. So that's probably why you recognize it. Because it was Baldur's Gate 3 music. No time to lose. We must enter Halatali and free it from his captors. Here, have a weird synced duty inside of a dungeon you've already been in before. I haven't actually played Baldur's Gate 3, but I have heard its main theme. Yeah. Tell me when you're ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you. One of your own? You mean my adorable, sexy lizard girlfriend? I mean, your amazingly talented leader of your band of Doma ninjas? That one? I don't know why, but I really do like Yugiri a lot. The lizard GF stuff is mostly just a joke, but I do think she's adorable. She's great. Like, she's a great character, and she's cute, and she's a cool, badass ninja, so what's not to like?
Lady Yugiri!
Lizard wife, yo.
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Yeah, he's not whining into his cocoa anymore.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time, I was well and
My
truly
friend is
lost.
still mad at the girly.
But with the aid of my comrades, I have since
Yep.
refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Yep. Your salty, salty hot cocoa. Not anymore.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts.
I still love that. I still love, like, the Braves took over the Rising Stones, but they couldn't actually, like, get their hands on any of the ninjas because they all just slipped away. And then they all just started disguising themselves and just watching every single one of the Braves' movements as, like, nothing the Braves could do to stop them. Like, the ninjas are just so much better than the Braves.
Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information.
Man, I need to stop getting these Stardew Valley songs. Look, I need to just stop getting these Stardew Valley songs. I love Stardew Valley and it's great and all that, but like, it's just not gonna work for this game. Meanwhile, Yotsuyu was dubbed his waifu parentheses evil. God. Oh, man.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Raoban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade.
We must lend him a hand, yes. Oh god, Baron. We must lend him a hand. Just one. Just one hand. He's gonna need it.
With me!
He's harmless after all. He's harmless after all. Damn it. Alright. Time for the weird, like, sync duty inside of Halatali. I think this might be the only time they have a sync duty in a dungeon that you can normally play through as a dungeon. Maybe it happens one other time. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling it happens at least one other time beyond this, but I can't remember where that would be. Oh yes, I forgot to summon my fairy again. I'm a really good scholar, guys. Oh god, every freaking time, man. Oh yeah, my fairy! Whoops!
Away with you!
I'm also level synced again, which makes my AoE stronger than my single target. So stupid. So stupid. Well, same strength. Technically, it's the same strength, which makes it even on 1 and a gain on 2. But even on 1 is dumb. Like, AoE should not be even on 1, let alone a gain on 1. Between a red mage and a scholar. Don't know. At least I can try and snake 2 people in. One is well red and the other is, well, red. Oh god. Did I skip an entire fight by doing that? I don't know, maybe, but probably not. Hey, Robot, how you doing? Where are his captors? It's almost like we walked right into a trap and he was the bait. Some manner of Magitech device. It may well be booby-trapped. Possess a key. Let's split up and look for it. Personally, you're the victims of harsh economic conditions. Not suffer for long. I'm gonna beat this tiny potato into the ground. I'm gonna mash this potato and then plant him. Oh my god, they poisoned us. Not the poison. Is that how they handled the remaining Crystal Braves? Like one fucking line in Stormblood. Yep. I mean, for what it's worth, by the time you hit Stormblood, they're basically all dead. What little were left were basically the disguised people in Belsar's wall. Remember? Like, what little was left of the Braves were the people wearing disguises in Belsar's wall that you beat the shit out of. But yeah, Laurentius, yeah. Does Yu Yu Hase even make it to Stormblood? For some reason I got the feeling we beat his ass long before then. I do remember that Laurentius gets, like, nothing. Like, in Belsar's Wall, Laurentius is... I think Laurentius is the one who just falls to his death. Isn't he? Isn't Laurentius the one who just, like, grabs the eyes and plummet? No. No, that might actually be Ilberd who does that. Laurentius, I think, is the one who, like, stokes everyone's furor or whatever up into, like, a crazy, like, rioting or whatever. But then I think he just gets killed off by Magitech or something? I don't remember. He does, like, just die very unceremoniously right there at the end. The one who summons the Magitech. Okay. How's he even die? I think Ilberd is the one who plummets off the wall. So then how did Laurentius even... I'll say are dressed as Imperials. Yeah, I don't even remember. Off screen. Okay. Yu Yu Hase and Laurentius both just die off screen then. Alright. Yeah, I was like, how do you even die? It's like that I'm like, he plummeted off the wall, right? No, wait, that was Ilberd. Get captured, you get a line about what you want to do about them. Where am I? Oh, that direction. There we go. The option to either say be kind or murder. They die off screen. Okay, sure, whatever. He's really not lasting very long. I should blast this atomizer so I can be done with it. And at least not have to worry about that. Because his vitality's getting low. I love how I'm just, like, ignoring the poison in the air. Like, I'm moving around to fight to destroy the atomizer and all that, but, like, I'm barely paying attention to the poison in the air. But yeah, you're right. If you get, like, one line of dialogue to be like, oh, take pity on them, or fucking kill them, and then you never see them again, then yeah, they probably just die off screen whether you mercy them or not. Let's make sure I'm getting this Conjurer in my AoEs. Because otherwise, they're all just going to be getting healed while he's still alive. Nope. Die before you can cure. Like, die before you can cure. It's so weird to me how skills that say that they're doing a specific amount of potency to all enemies, it's not one of those skills that's like, give this potency to the first enemy and then like 50% or 30% to all others. Like, Art of War is a skill that's legitimately 150 potency to all enemies, right? And yet you always have the enemies where, like, the one you're targeting seems to always take more damage. I don't know why. Is it, like, can you, like, only crit or direct hit the person you're targeting, but not other enemies or something? It always seems like the person you're targeting is dying faster than the others, even when your skill is supposedly the same potency to everyone. I also like how our ninja girlfriend has a heal that, like, ninjas shouldn't have. Like, other ninjas don't have any heals, but she somehow does. Like, a targeted heal. You know what I mean? Not like a second wind or anything. Like, she's sitting over here healing Raubon over and over again. Also, Alphino, why is your health low? You're literally a healer class. Why is your health low? Heal yourself. We must quit this place. Yep. Let's get out of here. Clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light. Yup. He's a basic bitch class and he hasn't figured out how to get a job with a job study. Yeah, but he still has at least a physic. Why is he not physicking himself when we're not in the middle of a fight or anything? Come, let's get this over with. Don't care, you're all pathetic. Obert of the Dull Blade. Yeah, that's about the right name for him. Because he's a terrible healer. Yeah, there is that. Oh, darn, there's a conjurer over here. I need to make sure I'm hitting him. I don't want anyone with heals just standing off to the side.
I have you now.
Bye, Laurentius.
It is nothing.
I'm not finished yet. Sloppy.
Sloppy. Sloppy. Yes, this is the right music to be playing during this fight.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Good job, moron. You and your idiots almost made me had to think about my rotation for 1/10 of a millisecond. Almost made me have to think about what spills I was using. Sort of.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
But no, he's not doing
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
That's real heartfelt coming from the guy who stood in front of Raubon and went, "You want to know who killed your Sultana? It was me." Like, I know he didn't, but he claimed he did.
I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite.
I feel like they retconned that. I mean, they retconned a lot of stuff. Like, they retconned a lot of things out of interesting from the end of ARR. Like, they did all this big, amazing shake up the entire world and everything you know. And then Heavensward came along and was like, oh yeah, all of that was mostly a lie. Look, here are the Scions. Look, here's the Sultana. Look, here's this. It's all fine.
If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to.
Pretty much.
Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the city-states, even the Crystal Braves.
Not anymore.
None of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them.
Yep. That was a very, very long description for what you could have easily just called MSQ, bro. Like, It's great and all, and you're mostly right, but like, if I don't do it, I can't continue the storyline. So, what do you want me to do about it? Also, we only really remember the other scions exist when they become plot relevant. Yeah.
And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland. And I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing.
I also love all of this bullshit in ARR and Heaven's Word surrounding like the conflict of Alamigo and all of these people whining and all of these people betraying everyone and all of this nonsense all built up in ARR and Heaven's Word. In the matter of like a week, we solve the entire Stormblood. Like, it probably is supposed to take longer than that, but in a matter of like a month or so, we solve the entire Stormblood problem. Like, all these people, for years I've eaten dirt and sold myself and sold my sword trying to save my homeland, and then they all become villains who just make it harder for me, and yet I go and I save their homeland anyway.
If we ourselves are not free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Well, including your own life, which amounts to fucking all. When you actually give your worst enemy a powerful weapon for him to use against Alamigo. Good job, dumbass. Like, everything he does in Heaven's Word amounts to nothing, because all it does is give Xenos a weapon that he can use rather than giving them a weapon to help them free Alamigo. Like, all of that work to try and save Alamigo, and all he does is create something that Xenos can possess. And that's it. To make him even stronger.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me.
Get off your ass, Ramon. Like, stop moping.
All of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
It's like, you need to stop crying into your hot cocoa too, Ramon. Now get your ass up and get back to work. Yeah, on your feet, Gladiator. This fight's not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till it avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad.
Get up, idiot. Do your job. Because I'm tired of having to do everyone's jobs for them.
Know this, Ilbert. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this
Yes.
conversation without...
Should we maybe not be holding this conversation in a freaking dungeon full of crystal braves? Let's go! I mean, we did just beat the shit out of dozens of them, but, you know, let's go so we don't have any more fights. So yeah, there's Duare and Higiri and Hozan. Yeah, it's Hozan. Right there. There we go. Okay. So they really are like the three that we interact with most. And then kind of not at all. By the time you hit Stormblood, you don't really interact with the Dolmens much. I mean, you interact with plenty of Dolmens. You don't really interact with the Dolmen refugees much. Outside of, like, Yugiri. But then again, by the time you hit Stormblood, they've basically all gone back? No. Is that pre-Stormblood or post? I think that's post-Stormblood they all go back after you've freed the place. Guards have been subdued. Yep, cool. They beat up more Braves. Been no further activity. Led by some other egress. Who are you? Message of goodwill. Direct your steps to the waking sands. Orion J waits you there. And with others sympathetic to your cause. Paradigm carriage, you may travel in comfort, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is that other syndicate member, if I remember correctly. The Dowager or whatever lady. I know Dowager is not like her name. Dowager is a title, but I don't remember her name. It's that other tiny potato that's on the syndicate who's definitely not an ally, but not really an enemy either. She's just very self-serving. Ramon is safe. Let's make our way to Vesper Bay. Oh my god, I have reason to actually use my worthless cards again? Cool. Not that it matters. I could have teleported to Horizon just as easily. But this gets me, you know, 10 feet closer. And I still have 20 of them, so I may as well use them up. How about here? Any new weird quests or anything here? No new blue quests anywhere here. Okay. She doesn't have any more crazy-ass quests to unlock features. So dumb how many things you need to talk to her with to unlock. And features that you can't unlock unless you, like, level crafters. That one's annoying. For other alts that I work on where I'm really just not interested in leveling their crafters at all. Why would I be? Why would I waste time on that with other alts? Right? So it's like, oh, well, here's features I just can't unlock then. Like some of my glam stuff, I can glam. I can even get glamour prism, but like I can't get
friends,
the glamour items
praise
or things
be
like
unto
that.
the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
You could have just said good to see you, Orianjay.
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Bro, if there's anyone who's not to blame right now, it's you. Like, Pippin was off on the frontier of a war when they tried to assassinate her. Like, if there's anyone not to blame, it's him.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions,
Dulala, that's it.
It would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
So she's like a priestess or whatever.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I mean, they kicked in the door right after, so, you know.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji.
Like, boy, do I ever not care about Teleji Adeleji and Lord Lolorito's bullshit. like, I really don't care about their nonsense.
It is my
Get it
belief
over
that
with.
Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
You also never do
Though
anything about it.
Lolorito's hands are far from clean. They did pluck Her Grace from the jaws
nothing
of
ever amounts to this.
That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana.
I love how they try and justify that. No desire to depose the Sultana. No, he's just gonna keep dosing her with poison over and over and over again to keep her in a coma so he can keep operating, like, without her oversight at all. That's what he's gonna do.
I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
I love that they bring this up. Because even though I'm sure Nanamo meant it as, like, headpiece, the dunce cap, yeah. Even though I'm sure Nanamo's the kind of person who totally meant it when she said it, they also brought that up with Alfredo and Alice, that it was mostly just, like, propaganda rhetoric bullshit. Like, everything that the three nation leaders was saying was just a bunch of, like, propagandist BS to try and get people to enroll in the grain companies rather than, like, remembering the people we lost in the calamity.
As for the more worldly kind of wealth,
So it's hilarious that she's bringing this up now.
let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind.
I love how nothing ever comes of this. Although I should probably be grateful that nothing ever comes of this, because one of my most hated locations in all of Final Fantasy XIV is every single time they tell me to return to Ul'dah and blather on for hours on end about the frickin' Monitarists and the Royalists. God, do I not give a shit? Could I not possibly give one iota or ounce of a fuck less about any of that storyline? So, like, the fact that they mostly just dump it to the side and try to ignore it more and more with every expansion, I'm honestly kind of grateful of.
You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue her Grace, and take your place at her side once more. For her sake, and that of our nation.
What is that little, like, notepad that Urianger has? I never noticed that on his outfit before. Like, if it was a book, that would be obvious. It's like, well, he's a spellcaster. He has a book. But that wasn't a book. That looked like a little flipped notepad-like thing. Yeah, that's not a book. That's like a little, like, notepad that he might keep notes about different things. See, there's the book. Well, that's tiny. Even that looks like maybe a little journal. Actually, that looks like it might just be a satchel for carrying things. And then his merce on his back here. But what the hell is the notepad for? And the keys. Those are probably just the keys to the Waking Sands, I assume. I assume none of this has an actual use. It's all just aesthetic design. But, like, it's easy enough to think, well, those are the keys to the Waking Sands. That book might be a spellcasting thing or something he keeps little notes in, like, a journal in. The man purse is obviously just a satchel for him to carry supplies in. But what the hell is the notepad about? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Like a little ticket or receipt book, or maybe a little, like, flip book for, like, jotting down notes in or something like that. Like, what the hell is he... Why does he have that, and what is it for? Maybe I shouldn't get hung up on nonsense like this, huh? I'm pretty sure I just put more thought into Urianger's outfit than any of the designers that created it. Also, he's still using that grimoire. Yeah, someone was asking if, like, that's why they don't use the books later, because they, like, used them up or whatever during Bahamut. And yeah, I swore I remembered that they still used the books later. Yeah, they totally do. Because he doesn't become a sage until Endwalker, which means he keeps using that book for 3 expansions. So yeah, it definitely didn't get used up during the Bahamut raids. It's just, it was a temporary, like, union of the 2 books. It's just that Alizé changes out much faster. Because by the time you, like, see Alizé again, she's basically in the process of becoming a red mage. Prioress, that's it. Prioress Dulala. My defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. This will be done, but a rescued robot. Vital first step. Yep. Yes, so we're moving on. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to have to descent this, but I guess I'll take the healing one. Why not? Jailbreak! I just have to descent it, though, because I didn't craft it. I didn't craft it, I can't use it. Agates. I wonder where you would normally... Dravanian Forlands. Basilisk Whetstone is probably the same. No, Basilisk eggs are actually in Northern Thonolin. Yeah, Blue Frog. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I am starting to pick up Dravanian Forlands pieces, which makes sense, because I'm probably going to get to the Dravanian Forlands today. To siege or not to siege? Heads. Another assault? Notify the Count of our coming. Another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Yeah, there's nothing we can do until they decide to figure out what's going on with the Sultana. Like, leave them here. We'll come back to them eventually. We do come back to them a bit later. I think just before moving on to the hinterlands. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think it's just before we move on to the hinterlands we come back here and deal with, like, the second part of this. I don't think we have to actually interact with a Dravanian attack. I think the attack already happened, and we're sort of picking up the pieces here. And that's, I believe, the reason why we're like, you know what, let's move on and go and talk peace or whatever. Because, like, we were late, the attack already happened. Awash with rumors. Oh, rumors of another. Okay, so we got here before the attack happened, and we're trying to prevent it. Now there's waiting for you inside. Better head in. Yep. Dravanians are once more gathering for war. They thought it best to have Mr. contact you, blah, 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 blah. Bells tolls a warning that cannot be ignored. It is ordered that we make ready for battle. Trappers returned from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Not ideal. Not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. You my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid. So let's ask it. Choice. Remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I mean, no, we have another choice, and we'll take that one. Seem no places in this troubled age is free of strife. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Let's take a spear and bow. Blah, blah, blah. Shall let it die. Do so at the sight of our fellow man. Hunkered in a hole. Stay and fight. Can't stay here. How could you? Wait, whenever in the city would not mess with my personality. Yeah. Like, fighting isn't gonna help much. Alphino's way. Tara should have a say. Let's all meet outside and discuss the path. You still not yet? Still doesn't want to play. Normally, I wouldn't care too much about the fact that someone doesn't want to play Triple Triad with me. They're honestly doing me a favor. But that guy is a pretty good person to play Triple Triad with. Decent rules, pretty expensive cards. So you can make some good MGP just by, like, playing him all the time when you're in downtime.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
Yep.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
No, but a few of them are.
Exceptions.
A few of them are.
You don't mean Iceheart?
I do love the fact that they were accused of consorting with heretics, which falsely, and it was some bullshit to just try and ruin us, right? And then our answer is like 5 minutes later, we're like, let's go consult with some heretics.
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
I mean, not Nidhogg.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
I also love that Astinian just heard us talk about going to speak to heretics. Instead of trying to stop us, he's just like, I'll go with you.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict.
No,
With the power of
Astinian.
the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
I also love if you run the Dragoon storyline before this, you see Astinian already failing to contain the power of the Eye, only for him now to be like, we could totally do this!
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
As if you
I should
control
assume that
Astinian.
Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise.
Probably. We're gonna need her to talk.
A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I would mostly just tell Edmund and tell Emmerich, like, we're not abandoning Ishgard. We have a plan, but for the safety of yourselves and your own, like, what's that word again? Plausible deniability. That's the word. The phrase, technically it's 2 words, but still. For your own plausible deniability, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing, but we're doing something that might help the city.
I am glad to be of service.
Difficult road, yeah. So, cause the plans of parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first. Petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. Yeah. Willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces. Remain in Forton Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Yeah. Do all in their power to ensure Ishgard people survive. I mean, if the worst comes to pass, it's probably best that she's here at Forton Manor anyway. Because every time the freaking Giovannian horde breaks through the barriers, they end up destroying the broom. Mostly. You know what I mean? Like, they end up destroying the broom and the firmament? Not the firmament. I mean, they did destroy the firmament. That's part of the whole firmament storyline, is that you're rebuilding it. The foundation. They end up destroying, like, the broom and the foundation. They rarely make it as far as the pillars, though. if this is really as big an attack as everyone claims it will be, they probably would have made it to the pillars this time.
I want the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
To know more puts you at risk of being accused of consorting with heretics. How about that? That's enough.
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses.
Exactly. Just keep pushing for that. That's basically all we need from you. Just keep pushing that narrative. You need to shore up the city's defenses, not attack first.
The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what
I'm
I
sure
can
there's
for
a
you
part
within
of
the Holy See.
Emmerich that's like, darn, I wish I could leave the city with them. This sounds like it'd be fun. Oh, that was just some idiot. Yeah, that was just some idiot doing announcements. It's so weird that shout chat pings my general chat and makes it like blink. It doesn't ping me, like it doesn't make a sound like when someone whispers me, but like it pings my general chat and makes it like blink green, like you have a message, and I click over and it's just some idiot shouting and some nonsense for a club or an FC or something. It's like, no, I don't have a message. No one said or told or partied or anything me. Hey, Monochrome. It makes support proceed without fear of preemptive Ishgard attack. Hopefully, if they listen to him, so he can afford to dither. And attack as soon as dealing with the stupids. Yeah, quite a bit. Reaches a critical size. For that happens, we must needs track down and win over Lady Iceheart and then locate and parlay with Nidhogg. I mean, that's not gonna happen. Nidhogg has no interest in listening. But some of the others will sort of listen. Not in time to really help us, but sort of. I'm especially dealing with the stupids in that I had to go back and deal with Raubon and all that nonsense too already. This entire stream so far has been dealing with the stupids.
such commotion?
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
Oh no. Except he doesn't care.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us.
Oh, what a
And
great
when
leader.
we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
Sure.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
I mean, they haven't so far.
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
I do like that he's just, like, openly plotting with all of his Heaven's Ward guys. Like, just right out in the open, sitting in rooms, just speaking about betraying the Ascians. And, like, the Ascians never see it coming. Like, they're especially stupid in this storyline. Given that they could appear in this room and stay basically invisible and no one would even detect them and they could just listen to him talking about betraying them. Like, they never do.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Yeah. Man, Knights of the Round is a real, like, shit show in Final Fantasy XIV. They're kind of cool in most Final Fantasies. I guess they're kind of cool in this, too. But they're, when you know the actual characters underneath the cool design of Knights of the Round, like, they're kind of all a bunch of assholes. Up to 51 in the MSQ. Time to sally out and get ether currents. And wow, this is taking longer than I thought it would. This is probably going to end up being like a 4 to 5 hour stream to get through to Dravanian Forlands. But I want to get there. Inform Tataru of our plans. Why? We already did. This legitimately makes no sense. We just left Tataru behind telling her to inform Count Edmund of our plans. And then he's like, now we must inform Tataru of our plans. What? Excuse me? What are you talking about, Alphino? You have short-term memory problems here, buddy? But yeah, this has been like 2 hours of dealing with stupid people. Before we return, blah, blah, blah. We're setting out on a camping trip. Sort of. Be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. You must put this on, Alphino. The new outfit. I couldn't possibly... very well. Hey, dude, it's better than what your mom dressed you in. That was a pretty bad outfit. It's perfectly... work while I listen to rumors and the like. Good reception is always learning skills. Just sitting there, like, quilting and knitting and stitching and all this stuff while she's listening to rumors. Fear the cold. Sure. Where's my new outfit? Actually, it doesn't matter. I got my own new outfit I got on today, and it looks great. She'll give me an outfit eventually. It's not really going to be an outfit I desperately want to wear right away, though, that's for sure. Yeah, he is here in town. Thought so. Rennet Skysteel. Yeah, that's the Chocobos. I thought he was waiting for us by the Chocobos. Shall we go then? Elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start? I mean, Karthus West. That's where I met her. Oh, yeah, we don't even take the Chocobos. We just head out there. I mean, I could take a Chocobo. I don't really care right now, though. Sheep. What? Whatever. Ooh. Being in Heavensward gives me another bonus, which is I should be able to pick up leave quests that are, like, right next to the person who receives the leaves. Ingare. Oh, that's probably an ether current. Like, I shouldn't have to be running back and forth for leaves as much anymore. There should be leaves available now from a quest giver that's standing right next to a quest receiver, so I should be able to finish leaves super quick without even having to move from one spot now. They didn't really start implementing that much until Heavensward. What brings you back here? I need to consort with heretics. I mean, I need to track down heretics so I can kill them. Yes! Yes, kill them. That's it. Oh, that's a long one. Nope. Nope. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Mission, blah, 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 blah. Javanians gather for another assault. They avert the con. Only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Common Falcon's Nest, the hope of acquiring latest intelligence of the heretics movement. Speaking directly to my men, patrol is due to return from its sweep surrounding lands any moment. Question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgain Mills. Stay to await the return of the patrol. You two visit the refuge. Ah. Sure, why not? I have one more fight to get into in there. Okay, out to the lair. Time to ride the big black cock. God damn it. Yep. Ether currents? Yep. Workers from outside mile asked me to go and deal with Mylodons causing trouble. Okay. Kill Mylodons out by the Black Bridge. Black Iron Bridge or whatever. I also need to get started with 104 Northwest. Should be up here, I think. Oh no, west. Northwest. So not southwest. There it is. I went northeast like an idiot. Now we need to start gathering ether currents. Just an occurrence. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I know that already. 945 northwest. Yep. Yep. Luckily, I'm still over leveled, so most things don't want to fight me. That won't last into Stormblood, though. Everything there is going to want to fight me. Mm. 717. Still northwest. Okay, let's just keep going then. Yep. 554 straight west. Okay. Can I even get this one? 554 straight west is not... That sounds like it's up there, but I think you can only get up there through flying, so it must be down. .405 northwest. In later expansions, they tend to get a little better about sort of putting most of the ether currents you need on the critical path. This one, I don't think they're very good at it. I don't remember super well, but it doesn't feel like it. .278 to the west. Also, we'd get more ether current quests in here, but not yet, apparently. Okay. 96 to the west. Should be right here. Yep, there we go. And there's a chocobo keep. Not that I really need to grab them, but I may as well. Or 55 northwest. Oh, here's a target. May as well hit them while I'm here, even though it's taking more time, but that being said, it's not much more time. There's probably only 1 or 2 targets in this zone. Two or is it 3? Why does it keep hitting those ones? It's weird, it keeps... This is a list of like hundreds of songs, and it keeps hitting like the same 20 or so over and over again. It really is just like hitting the same ones over and over and over again. Guess it's not quite as long as I thought, but it's still... whatever. $310 northwest. I should probably head back and do the quests that I'm working on as well. I'm kind of out in the woods here working on these ether currents, so I should probably wait till I get the other quest that'll send me out in this direction. But I'll snag this last one, and if it wants me to keep going northwest, I'll just head back. 72. Up there? Yep. Did remember there being one way up there on a hill somewhere. Alright, I'll go back and work on these other ones now. East. It actually wants me to go east now. The one thing about getting into the Heavensward gear now is I have to do a lot more, like, hunting. Not so much gathering, but hunting. Because there's a bunch of creatures out here I have to kill for their leather. Specifically, like, these Archaeornises. I have to fight them a lot for their leather. Mirka. 714 to the east. Yep, I'll just go back to where I need to deal with these Mylodons, and then I'll snag the next quest, and then... Yeah, because I'm going to be sent back to have Falcon's Nest anyway, as I finish up the MSQ stuff, so I'll deal with the Mylodons, and then hit the MSQ, and maybe grab this Ether Current if I can get to it while I'm here. 534. And then head back, and I should start unlocking the other Ether Current quests pretty quickly. Ah, come on. Son of a bitch. And of course, these walls are too high too. Great. Here, maybe? No, that one's a little too... No, I think I can get up there. There we go. Next 5 to the east. I'm also kind of heading towards the MSQ more than the other quest, but that shouldn't matter too much. This one may actually be like at Gorgain Mills. That may be where this other Ether Current is. Oh, it looks like there's a target. Yep, Mylodons. There we go. Now I can grab them here, and I don't have to go all the way down to the south there where they want me to be. Yeah, my gear is really starting to sort of slip a bit. Like, I got the levels, I don't have the gear. I really should start crafting Heavensward stuff, but I can't really make much of an advancement with the stuff I have access to right now. That's the thing. That's why I'm trying to sort of push on in the story to at least try and get to the Forelands today. I don't know that that really gets me a better set of gear. I think I need to sort of get to, like, the Churning Mist before I can get, like, a much better set of gear, but... At least it gets me further into the story, so I can get closer to it. 207 to the north. Okay, yeah, it is going to be, like, right near Gorgain Mills, then. There it is. I did remember there was one, like, right next to the frickin' building. None nearby. That can't be all of them. That is all of them. All the others are quests. Wow, there's only 4. That's a lot fewer than I thought there were. Finding. There's something at the tail there. Upon a promising looking sheaf of letters, then we are ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. We saw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Well, let's go in there and kill them then. Polar bears. I remember getting jumped by polar bears down here. Yep, there they are. No, I don't want to drink your Coca-Cola. Leave me alone. Well, that worked. You done staring at that body for no reason? Palestinian. Return to our duty without a fear of mauling, blah, 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 yeah. One heretic to another. Discover this beast among my comrades appear to be some manner of correspondence. Usually perusing their contents more closely. Blah, blah, blah. Salutation to lonely heretics. And we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfield. Pray the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. Collect a bunch of heretic letters. There, I'm done. Now could you please tell me where they are? More than a dozen of the letters. Great. A record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgame Mills heretics and their fellows in the Akafa amphitheater. All manner of provisions. Yep. They're still in Akafa the whole time. Sounding out the amphitheater. The manifestation of Shiva, was it not? Yes, it was. Dragon belong indeed, the amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. There's our face in the Ethernet. Remember succeeding recreating the Akava beacon after it had been destroyed. At the time, it was assumed the resultant etherite would only be temporarily viable, but given the heretics of Gorgame Mills seemed to have been in regular contact with their brethren, yeah, it was still there, I bet. Snowcloak tunnels to a passage was discovered leading out. In the Western Highlands, was it not? Possible for us to reach the etherite from this side. Yeah. We're taking a different path down into the valley. I'm pretty much all kitted out as much as I really want to right now. I mean, I even have some overmelding going on. Not all my stuff's like pentamelded, but then I don't care. I'm about to change out my gear anyway. Any other new ones? No. We'll have to hit Akafa first. You know what? I'm going to have to come back. And I'll probably end up teleporting to Falcon's Nest on my way back. So I'll just wait. Rather than going back now, I'll just run to the location I need to be at. And I'll turn in this other Ether current quest when I come back. I haven't even picked up the other Ether current quests anyway, so it's not like it's going to hold me up at all. That being said, if I had teleported to... it'd be about the same. Whatever. May have actually been faster to teleport to Falcons. It'd be about the same, I think. Yeah, it probably would be about the same. Oh, there I go. Okay, we're going this way then. Thank God the fall damage doesn't really care unless you hit a battle. Alright. Back into Akafa. Sorry, you're welcome down to the tunnels if that's your will. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Yeah, and not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva. Nevertheless, be prepared for reception. Yep. So nevertheless, be prepared for them to be ready to attack us the second we show up. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Be sure to ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Not enough that you banish our beloved saint. You'll not be satisfied till Isis sleep with the last drops of our blood. Idiot. With the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress. Think us fools. Where's our trust? You walk with the dragon slayer. No one cares. My reputation precedes me, huh? Not even remotely. Like, that's not gonna work for you, boys. Good job attacking a bunch of people who can totally wipe the floor with you.
Your guard is down.
Need to focus any of these cane wielders, because they're the ones that will have healing spells. There we go. By the fury they partake of dragon blood. No one cares. They're just as easy to kill this way. Like, they're just as easy to kill this way as if they didn't transform. That should bring all of them into like one fight. There we go. Yep, he's super dangerous, isn't he? Not like I could totally just wipe the floor with all of them.
Focus. Release!
Yeah. I already fought those bosses. I know how they work, idiot. You're not surprising me at all. I know how those bosses work. Like, I already know exactly how those bosses work, because I fought 2 of them. You're not scaring me. Or is that in Dusk Vigil? I don't know. I fought 2 of them before, maybe on a different character, but I've definitely fought them before. I like demons. Fall back, brothers. Question one of them. Would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. So there will be more heretics to question. Referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. Any creature was weakened upon the point of death and forced into a magic slumber. Okay. Dragon far to the west, yeah. Set up camp in Twin Pools. This, I think, is where the other Ether Current quests come into play, is after this quest. And at this point, I think teleporting up will be faster than running all around. Yeah, so teleporting up to Falcon's Nest, I think, will be quicker now. Because otherwise, I think we have to run down this valley and then up and around and all that sort of nonsense. So, don't want to do that. Yep. Killed 3 of them. Thank you ever so much. Made it difficult to traverse that area when they were that, yeah. This should be, yeah. Reaching that area where they're camping, I think, is what will unlock the next set of Ether Current quests. Because most of the Ether Current quests that you grab are from that group. Let's try and head west as much as we can here. Although I'll have to head sort of south and west when I go to the Dravanian hinterlands later. So it doesn't matter too much if I don't get there right away. Plus, it's difficult to do without flight because these stupid mountains in the way. Like, there's undoubtedly some zones I could still grab even without flight, but I probably should just wait to unlock the rest of the map. Till I have it. Because, see, like, these mountains are very much bridging, like, the locations for the most... Well, actually, I managed to get that one. So they're not entirely bridging the locations, just mostly. Ooh, sprites, more slime riums or whatever. Yeah, nothing too much out here. There is something I think I'd like to craft over this next week off stream. But again, it requires me to get access to something I can only get from like level 50 maps. Which is annoying when the only way to get an item is from maps. I probably could have taken a chocobo with the chocobo keep out to here. Didn't think about that. Yeah, but join the esteemed ranks of the convictors. Not at all. That looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. Beg your pardon, Alfredo. Really, you fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. You to question my... Oh! It's like, oops. Leader of the convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. Winds fair or foul carry you into our humble camp. Oh, God. No, that's carryover. Okay, so let's just delete that message. Ban that user. I should take care of that. Okay, yes. Message deleted by me, blah, blah, blah. Got it. Okay. And the user should have been banned too, right? I don't know if that even works. I don't think that'll work. Whatever. I know her reputation. I'm afraid I've seen none of her people. Men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. Question them yourselves. There they are. Baby steps. Letters and blah, blah, blah. Here anyway, perhaps you might try your hand at spot of hunting. Slay 3 Riems. Oh, I could have waited and done that while I was doing the daily for them. For all the nights to come, this is the one. Cowards, all of you, have you no shame? The honored ward of House Fatant, praise Halone. Most are most of the Citadel watchtowers built to ward of the Horde's approach. It's lost following the calamity, blah, blah, blah. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. So the so-called dragon slayers, it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. Okay, then. Sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk's Vigil Chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. Prize it free and deliver it to me. So that's the Dusk Vigil one. Am I still missing one, though? Yeah, 1, 2. There's still one I'm missing, because one will be on the MSQ. It'll be the very last mission in here. Huh. So I'm still missing one. I don't know where that is or when it becomes available. Let's just finish this bit here. Camp of the Convictors. Countered heretics while out hunting. Speak as many as you can. I suspect may keep track of every Raimanau, Vermont, Burton, and that wanders in and out of our camp. Like the victors don't care. It's not the faintest idea. Heretic could pass under my very nose and I'd be none the wiser. Hunt dragons. Big ones. Yeah, these convictors just don't pay attention. I should go bother Piraquet or something. Enough trouble keeping these printing fops fed and clothed as it is. No business of mine if folk do it themselves. They're in the wild. Let's see what we sell. I need to say I haven't heard a thing or two. Precious little from talking to the rest of these people. Uh-huh. I'm gonna love a stabbing folk that I took up the spear. By order of Sir Jean de Lot's father. As long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Though plenty of lowborn lads who get pressed to service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. Got to thinking how unfair it all is. Don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. Simple promise of freedom tends to do it. Mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tribe. Nice for sight. Told me they were off the western highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. And then I'm minded to start a fire. Stydian. Purple flame, purple flame. You see, that's the last ether current for the MSQ itself before we move on to the Dravanian Forelands, so one last quest to do it. But I'm still missing, I still need to do the other two, which is going to include doing the dungeon, and I'm still missing one somewhere. Our foes to our position. Finding me is producing a signal of purple hue. Once heard a tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. So go hunt woolly yaks. Oh, Lucier's got it. Okay. Lucia? Lucia? Whatever. What do you want me to do? Protecting what's important. There's plenty he's doing. Killing besides. Sure, he knows the dragons aren't the only thing we have to cover. The polar bears. Okay. Kill polar bears, kill Riams, and go to the Dusk Vigil. Well. Interesting. Do I have anything around that level I want to level up? Machinist is a little under-leveled to be doing that, and I think it's under-geared, too. Let's not. Come this way, boys. Come on, you know you want it. I need 3 of you. Oop. Let's try and avoid getting the other polar bears after me, because I only need... Oh no, I need 4 of them. Let's grab one. I'll bring him out to me. Oh, crap. This one's heading straight for us. Why? Oh, that's okay. I need this Rheum anyway. Get this polar bear done, and then I can remove the level sync, which will give me a little more power. There we go. Yep, I could have stacked killing these guys for the quest with killing them for the daily, but oh well. I forgot that one of the Ether Current quests was to kill these guys. Best to turn these in now, because I don't know if I have to come back here after Dusk Vigil. There's someone right outside the Dusk Vigil. I may just have to talk to them after I'm done with it in order to finish that quest. I'm not sure I have to come all the way back here. And there's no Aetheryte near the Convictors, so better to turn these in now. One thing I've ever met. Oh, got eyes for dragons. And I tell them, no one sees those bears, the nary scrap to eat. They listen. Stand to be a little more like you. I'm true to my word. Here, have some food. I don't... Here, triple cream coffee, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to use it, probably. Dreams already have you. Did you find that they put much of a fight? The Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. So he's barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You try your hand at hunting down some dragons, let me know. Boom. There we go. One more down. Now I just need to hit up the Dusk Vigil and finish up the MSQ, and I've got my flight gear. Oh yes, the woolly yaks. Snag this one, I guess. Looks like that person's out hunting yaks, too. So they're probably on the MSQ as well, but who knows. They may also just be hunting yaks for resources or something. There's the yak pelts. And I guess I'll deal with this now. No, because that's gonna... Oh, but nah. Neither way is really the best way here. No, that's gonna need to go all the way around. I'll go ahead and deal with Dusk Vigil first. Because at least I can sort of queue up for it and head on my way back while I'm waiting for it. Bum. Oh, there's another target. You know what? Let's do Dusk Vigil first, and then I'll queue up for it while I'm killing these targets. Because again, I think it may teleport me back to the door here to talk to this person again after I finish Dusk Vigil. Lord of House for Tom wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. Infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else. One of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast, not a dragon, but something altogether different. Yeah. Far be it from me to stop you. Like I said, I don't think they have duty support for Dusk Vigil. Yeah, they don't. Okay. Going in manual then. Woo! That was quick. I guess I could use up Kalu Omelet. I do have some old food that's like not really all that useful to me anymore that I could use up, I suppose. I don't need the XP buff, but the stats could help. Come on, DPS. I know you were probably sitting there for 20 minutes waiting, but there's no time to AFK. There you go. Into the Dusk Vigil we go. Thank the Apkalu Omelet, I suppose. Sprout Dark Knight Tank. This'll be fun. Lots of fun. That's how you do that. Not too bad so far. No, they're actually even on one, right? Yeah, even on one. May as well use this then. The AoE is instant cast, which could be nice, but it is GCD still. Bam! And then here he comes. Is that Journey? Yes, it is. Yeah, you're not getting Journey music by me. Like, I know that music. Bro, stop following me. Go somewhere else. Oh, how did I... Come on. Ah. You lie, game. There we go. New items, none of which I really care about that much. Can't use them. I might be able to make some glam out of them, but I don't know. We'll see. How'd she... Her health bounced up, but that's not how Living Dead works. I don't think she Living Deaded. Or if she did, I must have got her health up fast because I didn't see the secondary effect of Living Dead pop up there. Huh. That was weird. Can you stop giving me these goofy songs, please? Oh, great. She's gonna pull them all into... Where she's trying to... What did she... Stop running around, please. Jesus Christ. Stand still. You're a tank. Pick a spot. I don't care what the spot is. Just pick a spot anywhere and stand there, please. Stop running around in every corner imaginable and pick a spot. I should probably shorten people's names. I don't know. I never bothered to. I know most streamers, I think, do have, like, people's names shortened. I guess for more anonymity or whatever, but I don't know. I never really saw the point to it. None of my friends ever really seemed to care either, but maybe I should. Did you seriously just... Okay. The tank just blew the limit break. That's... Okay. Sure. Whatever. Why not? Our caster wasn't using it. Even though that would be a pretty good place for the caster to do so. How about like that? Although I should probably be shortening them in the list too. These little hailstorm sprites are not really a threat for me to have to waste a bunch of skills. Like, they're pretty easy to blow up. And on we go. Oh, that was a lot of damage. I don't really know. Oh, the frostbite. On top of everything else, it was probably the frostbite along with the enemies that were attacking her. Yeah, that's probably what it did it. That was a lot of damage. New boss. Takes the freaking statue out. I forgot there's a statue of Helone in here. Doesn't look anything like her, but there's one. Ready. Best part is, I totally know this fight. Even though technically, like, I'm the new guy here, I totally know this fight. Hi, Red Mage. Nothing I can do. If I try to pull the Red Mage, I'm just gonna pull them through the center. It's not really gonna help. Come on, Red Mage! Should have run faster. I'm not too worried, because it doesn't do a ton of damage anyway, so who cares? Ah, me? I thought he was targeting someone else there. There we go. Someone went to LB after the fight was, like, already finished. Duty completo. Yeah. Yeah. Guess I should do a G-pose so I can get rid of that. I'm not trying to grab my character in this G-pose. I just want to get rid of that. And think, what's a good shot? Something like that, maybe? A little lower. There we go. That'll work. Need to get a good one of my character at some point. I don't know what I want him to look like, but I have time to figure that out. Alright. Back into the chat log that has nothing in it. Picked up some new items. Oh, wind up alpha now. No. Yeah. Nope. No real glam potential here. Just gonna hawk it all to the Grand Company. So what do we have in the current area? Freebird, yep, I'm getting that. Mapping the realm, Kurthus, well, yeah, every location, yeah. The Fate, we fought a zoo with the highest rating. Oh, so there's a Fate here. Interesting. Oh, it's not this person. I have to go all the way back to the Convictors, really? Ugh. Alright. Okey-doke. The worst part is the fact that my Scholar really is like my highest high-level class. I almost wish I could do something else to be strong enough to like wipe these enemies out faster, but really my Scholar is my highest level class, and well, I guess I technically don't have the highest eye level gear for my Scholar. I got pretty close. Like, I could maybe make one upgrade to some pieces of gear on my Scholar, but not all of them. Maybe when I get to the Dravanian Forlands, but I think the real holdup, I think, for me mostly in upgrading my, like, all of my gear set to better gear is the Churning Mists, which is a bit longer of a wait. There's going to be another stream or two, probably, before I get to the Churning Mists. Yeah, because I have to completely go through the Forlands and maybe more Raubon and Nanamo stuff, but I think that's not till I go to the Hinterlands. Or, you know, just before I go to the Hinterlands. Alright. But I'm almost done. Snag this. Finish the MSQ. Get flying in this zone. Head to the Forlands. And I'll be done for today. Hello, Weltho. Do you have it? Yes, Ice Rondelle. Round sapphire, named after the icy blue sheen of the Fury's armor. Icy blue sheen of the Fury's armor. No, she's wearing, like, gold. She has some blue to it, but I don't think most of the, like, jeweled parts of it are blue. Whatever. She presented the sapphire to me on my wedding day as my wife. And I presented it. Wait, what? She presented me on my wedding day as my wife, and I presented it to you, Helmeric, on his. One day they would do the same for their son. For that disgrace of an inquisitor. Suspicion of heresy, what rot. He knew what he wanted from the start. Time I secured her release, they had interrogated. Oh, god damn it. Not these again. Son took command of the Dusk Vigil and found the Ice Rondel to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned Sculpture of the Fury. Vanished, but oh, he knew. No more. It's back with the family where it belongs. Hollow comfort, yeah. Yeah, they just keep having to slip that shit in there. Just gotta slip those references in there every so often. Any drama's good drama, regardless of the trigger warnings. Or lack of trigger warnings. God damn it, man. Alright, up here. Oh, this is actually exactly where that other ether current was, right there. Alright, time to finish this up. Collecting firewood is a new experience for Mr. Alfredo. This must be a privileged upbringing. Yes, yes it is. Very much so.
Ah, I should have known it would be you.
Aha. Hello. Again. I'm surprised she even
Word reached
approached
me
when
of a
we
struggle
have
with a small but well-armed
Stinian with
band
us.
of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Now, tell me why you are here.
Want to stop Nidhogg.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
You're the one who thinks we're not so different with the dragons, lady. Don't call me a romantic.
If you but
You
knew the
based your
truth,
entire
the
existence
spark which
and
lit the flames of
self-worth
this
off of a
animosity,
delusion
you would
based in
understand
romance.
the futility of your quest.
like, she based her entire identity off of a romantic delusion. Don't you dare call me a romantic.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my
No
gift has
thanks,
shown
I'm
me.
good.
That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Like, I already know it, and you guys are gonna tell me it like 5 more times before this MSQ is done. I'm good. You don't need to tell me.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elizan tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin, a war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva.
Yup.
While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Hraesvelgar, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster.
This is actually a pretty good song for this. It's like, yeah. She went to talk to the worms and ended up doing the same thing that half the people of my FC would love to do.
In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elizan is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelga ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound.
Mm-hmm.
In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a
things are really
traitorous
strong.
band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
I love that she only seems to know that Nidhogg lost an eye. Like, she didn't say anything about Ratatoskr there. Does she actually not know that part of the story?
Lady Iceheart.
Thanks, Justinian. Mansplain what really happened with the dragons to the woman with the fucking echo of the past. Do that.
Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
Mm-hmm.
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
No, that's the next expansion.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelga instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him.
I don't know, but no one's gonna know if we don't try. You still believe it's possible? It's like, I have no clue if it's possible, lady, but if we don't try, then obviously nothing good's gonna happen.
Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelga resides.
Huzzah. Unto the clouds! That's exactly where I want to go. A lot of good gathering spots are in the Churning Mists. Yeah, that's not the right for this. That actually works. Reawakening the crystals. Haha, Midgard Zormer, you can't stop me forever. Really, the crystals sort of go bye-bye after a while. They're really mostly important in
Is Autumn Mist, my
ARR at Heaven's Word. I don't know that they mention them much at all in Stormblood or Shadowbringers. That's really about light and dark. And then near the end of Shadowbringers, you get your hands on Azum's crystal. And from that point on, they pretty much never mention the other crystals. And you're mostly just using Azum's power from that point on.
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while. And should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Or, well, technically you're using Hades' version of Azum's power. But something like that. Oh.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were.
Yup. Did you face any primals between the moment when Midgardsormr sealed the blessing and the moment that you reawoke the first vestiges of it? Oh, wait, that wouldn't matter. It's the echo that protects you from tempering, not the blessing, I don't think. Or is it? Yeah, because it's always other people with the echo that stand beside you when you're fighting against primals in the storyline. It's not specifically people with the blessing of light. It's people with the echo who stand beside you. Like Verdola are involved. Technically, I guess Minfilia could have, but she never does.
Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
I mean, yes. Sure. Done, which means... Freebird! Kurthus West! Freebird! You can all piss off. I'm flying away now, baby! Woohoo! Suck it! You can't keep me down, gravity! Anyway, I do actually want to press on, though. Where the chocobos roam. I want to get into the Forelands. Money, yes, pray trust me as you sail if you wish. Strays that not fate should bring us together thus. Never did I think I walk alongside the warrior of light. She is full of such unexpected alliances. Should we make our way to the into Dravania, then. That is unrelenting. I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. Yep. Yep, straight through. I can finally fly in the first of Heavensward zones. Yes! Feels so good.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som'al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind.
Yep, Annex Trine. Well, technically the ancient home is in the churning mists.
To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
He bid them come, and they came, all of them, even the dragons. Sorry. Every time. Oh my god. I think we're good. I'm not even going to pick up this quest. You know what? Yeah, I won't even continue on this quest. Boop. I will grab this ether current because it's just right there out in the open, and it's just too too juicy not to grab. But boop. Boop. There we go. That being said, I think I'm done for today. I just got in and didn't even bother to start the quests here, but you know what? I'm in the Four Lands, damn it. And now I could go pick up items in the Four Lands and gather them and craft with them and all that sort of stuff, which is great. It's one step closer to getting to the Churning Mists, which is really where a lot of the like good items and stuff start showing up. And then, well, many steps after that before I get to the Hinterlands, which is where the rest of the good items are. No, actually, Oz's Law would probably be the last place, I think. Wouldn't it? Anyway. That is